People hear certain things about fans and YouTubers and media guys who don't like the state of boxing in some aspects. But for me, the thing that hurts boxing the most is when you see fans who just started watching boxing yesterday. They know everything that guys who've been watching boxing for 40 years knows. No other sport is like that. That's why the sport of boxing is in a bad state right now. If you ask a guy who just started watching boxing, he's going to say the same thing that guys who've been watching 40 years will be saying. That's not a good thing. That's like somebody just started watching the NBA yesterday and they know everything that the guy who's been watching NBA for 20, 30 years knows. Only in boxing that happens. And to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you another thing too. A guy who don't really know boxing like that, he can blend in with the other fans who watch every day because they ain't as smart as they used to be. I ain't saying you got to know everything, but when you aggressive, a lot of fans these days be aggressive. When you talking about certain fighters like Canelo and Tank and anybody, they are super aggressive when those names come up. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, you better know what you're talking about. And when they don't know what they're talking about, that just lets me know that I'm on the right track, man. And a lot of these people, like you can't even tell who been watching box. Some of these guys been like, man, I've been watching boxing since the '90s or '80s. I'm like, bruh, why are you saying the same thing to these guys who just started watching boxing when Jake Paul started? That's what I don't understand. Why are you asking the same type of question that those guys are asking? That's what kind of throws me off. And when fans don't understand that, like, bro, y'all heard the sport of boxing. You blending in with a casual. That's why when people say, man, you're a casual. No, most of the people who watching boxing today are casuals. Sorry to say it. Most boxing fans today are casuals. First of all, you're not really breaking down the fights. Everything is about your feelings. And you ain't even getting in the ring. I'm talking about dudes is acting like they mama in the ring when they be talking about certain boxers. You don't know what's going on half the time. You can't call it like you see it. We got kids that's repeating the same thing that the older boxing fans are saying. And then a year or two go by, and all of them it turns out to be casuals. I don't know if people realize that. I just realized when I'm watching the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, I'm like, bro, these fans who are stopping to watch this Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, they're watching this because they don't feel like the boxing we have now has any star power. They don't know none of the guys is boxing right now. It's not really a popular sport like that. It's only selling half 500K and stuff like that because that's the only amount of people who care. The city that people are from or country they're from, and that's about it. And the other people who want to feel like they're a part of something, but it's not like top level right now. It can't be. When you don't really know the sport as much as you should be. The boxing fans from 20 years ago and the ones today, they different. And then you got guys with channels now and everything else that can educate the fans, and they telling them bad news, fake news, worse stuff. I seen another AI channel last night talking about boxing, a new one. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see how boxing. Let's see how long boxing gets better with these AI channels. So the AI channels have been around about a year now. Have they made boxing better? Absolutely not. Um, but the casuals that people think that they aren't, I don't know. The casual conversation is funny because people will be like, "Oh man, these dudes are casuals." Bro, have y'all seen boxing lately? Most people are casuals. Most people thought Usyk ain't have a chance against Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. Most boxing fans are casuals. Period.